answer is to elect Michael Henry as Attorney General. Michael, please come out.
The real reason I come up to the county whenever asked is because I have a thing for Utica Greens. And it's a little bit of a selfish reason. And I just want to clarify a couple things right off the bat. No, I'm not currently under a grand jury investigation. Yes, my primary residence is in the state of New York, and no, I've never married my father to get married. It's great to be here with all of you. You would have told me in 2022 that what I see traveling this state now, and I've been to 61 counties in 90 days, I would have never believed you. We have a war on agriculture. We had 3,000 correctional officers fired and then barred from seeking other civil service employment. We had a migrant crisis when in 2022, no one even heard the term trade the outlaw. I go to hotels all over upstate New York that are now filled with homeless people and drug addicts. We have a drug epidemic in all 62 counties that's been exacerbated. We have an affordability crisis. We have an energy crisis, even though we're standing on top of the Marcellus Shale. And the tragedy of it all is when you travel this state, you also see the financial epicenter of the world in New York City. International waters, lakes, vineyards, 100 years worth of energy under our feet. The only thing we don't have in this state is competent leadership. And there was a movie years ago, I don't know if you remember, Thelma and Louise, with these two women outlaws, and at the end of the movie, they're like driving the car off the cliff. I literally feel like Kathy Hochul and Tish James are Thelma and Louise, New York is the car. But the good news is in 2026, we're going to take the keys back once and for all and get the state back on track. Letitia James has turned the New York State Attorney General's office into a national embarrassment. And instead of waking up every day focused on defending the rights of New Yorkers and enforcing the law, she's focused on what? Weaponizing the office against political opponents, attacking the President of the United States, and ignoring the issues that matter most to hardworking families in this state. We've seen it not too far from here. Rensselaer County Executive gets indicted for $2,000 only to get acquitted in less than 5 minutes. We can move on to the president. Her $500 million judgment, the crown jewel of her life, gets chucked out by the most liberal appellate court in the state of New York. And then when it comes to the issues that matter most to the hardworking families in this state, we have an attorney general that literally sued Remington because she's so anti-Second Amendment that puts hundreds of people out of work and chases an employer out of this state. And then sues the NRA and the case gets dismissed. And we all laugh, right? She's deficient lawyering, she gets loss after loss. But what we forget is the millions and millions of our dollars that have been used to subsidize her defective lawyering skills. And the problem with Letitia James is she believes the New York State Attorney General is the enforcer for the Democrat National Committee. Michael Henry understands that the New York State Attorney General is your attorney and it represents you, and when I'm elected in November of 2026, it's going to be your Attorney General's office with the power back into your hands. My father was a police officer, a homicide detective in Mount Vernon, Westchester. My mother grew up in the Bronx. We managed a service center. I'm actually the first in my family to go to college. As a matter of fact, my father was born in 1930, and when I went to the 2022 election, I showed up at the house, he was in his late 80s, and I said, I'm going to run for Attorney General of the state of New York. And my mother looks, and my dad didn't respond. He was reading something. And then she goes, Charlie, did you hear what he said? And he goes, what? And I said, I'm running for Attorney General of the state of New York. And he literally looks up and he goes, what are you trying to be, Thomas Dewey? So I then came out of school. I actually went into the finance industry. So I lived through the home mortgage collapse where I seen how overregulation and bad government policy can literally destroy the whole nation's economy. I was in management. I lived through the whole crisis. I said never again, went back to law school at night. Currently, I'm a counsel with a 700 attorney firm with about 48 offices nationally. I'm a trustee on a large pension fund, which grew from about 15 million to 21 million. I oversee the investments of the brokers into their pension and healthcare funds. And the reason I'm saying this is because I actually love what I do every day. This is not a midlife crisis. I'm not looking to be a perennial candidate. But what I see in Letitia James is everything wrong with our politics. And this is not a complex job. As the next Attorney General, what do? You prosecute violent criminals and you work in conjunction with local law enforcement, including our correctional officers, and federal law enforcement when they're trying to track down illegal migrants who are felons and have committed violent crimes against Americans. You work with local legislators to make sure that we work to protect communities. You investigate political corruption without favoritism. You defend the constitutional rights of all law-abiding New Yorkers. And lastly, the day one promise to everybody in this room and everybody in this state is the moment I'm sworn into this office, the political lawfare that has become Letitia James' trademark is done. It ends the moment I am. And also, the other thing that people don't know about this office is they think top cop. Every aspect of this state's economy runs through the New York State Attorney General's office. Financial services, tourism, real estate, charities. The difference between Letitia James and I is I have a vision for this office. And my vision is different than her vision. In Michael Henry's administration, we're gonna have a competency test. If you can follow the rule of law, you will have a job. If you want to be a social justice warrior, you're going to pack your bags, you're going to get out of the office, and you can go work in legal aid. This office will not be weaponized, we will not be picking winners and losers, and we will have bureau chiefs and deputy bureau chiefs that understand the industries that they are tasked with overseeing. So this way, we could utilize every resource we have in this state, and people can stop moving out of this state. Because what we've done in this state is created an environment where grandparents are being drowned out in property taxes and homes they've spent their whole life building, while simultaneously raising their grandkids via Zoom because their kids moved to Charleston, South Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, and South Florida because we're not affording their children and grandchildren the same opportunities that they were afforded to raise a family in this state. So it's simple. We're going to bring back integrity, we're going to restore public trust, and we're going to make this office efficient again. Because I can tell you, we've called this office recently. There's actually an office in the Charities Bureau that when we call there, it says, we're currently under COVID lockdown restrictions and can't take your call at this time. Months ago, there was actually a line that we called, and they said, welcome to the office of Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, who hasn't been Attorney General since 2018. So as Letitia James has expanded the size of the office, it's not working for you. It's going to become responsive to the needs of the constituents. And I'm going to close with this. It's holiday season. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and a Happy New Year. But let's do this. As New Year's approaching, let's make a collective New Year's resolution to retire Letitia James from public office once and for all in 2026. So we never have to rise or be settled for one press conference. Thank you, Chairman, for your support. It's great to be here in Oneida County. God bless Oneida County. God bless the state of New York. God bless America. Thank you all very much.
Be bold, be you, and let your soul shine.